Hello, everyone! Welcome to my channel, where I share with you some of the best quotes from anime and manga. Today, I'm going to show you 10 quotes from Tokyo Ghoul, a dark fantasy series by Shuei Ishida that follows the life of King Kaneki, a college student who becomes a half-ghoul after a near-fatal encounter with his date, Rize Kamishiro, who turns out to be a ghoul. The series explores the themes of identity, morality, and survival in a world where ghouls and humans coexist. Before we start, please make sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon to get notified of my latest videos. Also, if you enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Now, let's begin. The first quote is from Juuzou Suzuya, a former ghoul investigator who was raised as a human weapon by the sadistic ghoul Big Madam. He is known for his eccentric and violent personality, as well as his love for sweets. He says, "Why should I apologize for being a monster? Has anyone ever apologized for turning me into one?" This quote shows how Juuzou does not feel any remorse or guilt for his actions, as he believes that he is only a product of his environment and upbringing. He does not see himself as human or ghoul, but as a monster who has no place in either world. The second quote is from Kaneki Ken, the main protagonist of the series. He is a shy and bookish boy who loves to read and write. He is transformed into a half-ghoul after receiving an organ transplant from Rize Kamishiro, who tried to eat him on their date. He struggles to accept his new identity and cope with his hunger for human flesh. He says, "Never trust anyone too much, remember the devil was once an angel." This quote reflects how Kaneki has learned to be wary of others, especially after being betrayed by several people he trusted or cared about. He realizes that appearances can be deceiving, and that even the most seemingly innocent or kind person can have a dark side or hidden agenda. The third quote is also from Kaneki Ken. He says, "Why is it that the beautiful things are entwined more deeply with death than with life?" This quote expresses how Kaneki has witnessed and experienced many tragic and horrific events that have tainted his view of beauty and life. He wonders why the things that he finds beautiful, such as books, flowers, or people, are often associated with death or suffering. He also questions why he has to kill or eat others in order to survive as a ghoul. The fourth quote is from Kishou Arima, a legendary ghoul investigator who is known as the Reaper for his unmatched skill and ruthlessness in hunting down ghouls. He is also the mentor and adoptive father of Haise Sasaki, who is actually Kaneki Ken after losing his memories. He says, "Sometimes good people make bad choices. It doesn't mean they are bad people. It means they're human." This quote shows how Arima understands that humans are not perfect beings, and that they can make mistakes or do wrong things for various reasons. He does not judge them harshly for their actions, but rather tries to help them or guide them to the right path. He also implies that ghouls are not human, and that they do not have the same moral standards or values as humans. The fifth quote is again from Kaneki Ken. He says, "You think something like that would hurt, after all I've been through?" This quote reveals how Kaneki has become numb to pain and suffering after enduring countless torture and trauma in his life. He does not fear death or injury anymore, as he has already lost everything that mattered to him. He also challenges his enemies or opponents to try harder to break him or kill him. The sixth quote is also from Kaneki Ken. He says, "What's wrong isn't me, what's wrong is the world." This quote shows how Kaneki has become disillusioned and resentful of the world that he lives in, where ghouls and humans are constantly at war with each other. He blames the world for making him into what he is now, and for forcing him to choose between being a human or a ghoul. He also rejects the idea that he is the one who needs to change or adapt to the world. The seventh quote is from Rize Kamishiro, a notorious ghoul who is known as the Binge Eater for her voracious appetite and indiscriminate killing of humans. She is the one who attacked Kaneki on their date, and whose organs were transplanted into him. She says, "There's no such thing as fate. It's simply a combination of one circumstance and the next. This quote reflects how Rize does not believe in destiny or fate, and that she thinks that everything that happens is a result of random or coincidental events. She does not see any meaning or purpose in her life, and she lives only for her own pleasure and satisfaction. She also does not care about the consequences or effects of her actions on others. The 8th quote is from Shuu Tsukiyama, a ghoul who is known as the Gourmet for his refined taste and obsession with rare or exotic food. He is initially interested in Kaneki as a potential meal, but later becomes his friend and ally. He says, "I'm not going to protect you by being your shield or armor, but I'll be the dagger hidden below your pillow." This quote shows how Tsukiyama is not a reliable or trustworthy person, and that he will not risk his own life or safety for anyone else. He prefers to act in secret or behind the scenes, rather than confront his enemies directly. He also implies that he might stab or betray Kaneki at any moment, if it suits his interests or desires. The 9th quote is once again from Kaneki Ken. He says, "I was wrong. I wasn't eating ghouls. I'm the one who was being eaten." This quote reveals how Kaneki has realized that he has been manipulated and used by others, especially by Rize Kamishiro, who implanted her kagune, ghoul organ, into him. He also understands that he has been consuming the lives and memories of other ghouls who have become part of him. He feels guilty and disgusted by his actions, and he wishes to undo what he has done. The 10th and final quote is from Rize Kamishiro again. She says, "There are times when you have to give up on one thing to preserve the other." This quote suggests how Rize has learned to prioritize and sacrifice certain things in order to survive or achieve her goals. She does not hesitate to abandon or betray anyone or anything that stands in her way or threatens her existence. She also advises Kaneki to do the same and to choose between being a human or a ghoul. And that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed these 10 quotes from Tokyo Ghoul anime. Which one was your favorite? Let me know in the comments below. Also, if you have any suggestions for future videos, feel free to leave them as well. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!